It's my pleasure to introduce to you Alan Carr, creator of Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking method. Alan, you claim you were at one time the worst nicotine addict you had ever known and had found it impossible to quit and had given up even trying.
That's true, yeah.
You also claim that on the 15th of July 1983 you extinguished your final cigarette. You knew that you were already a non-smoker, that you had no withdrawal pangs, physical or mental, were immediately able to enjoy social occasions more and felt better able to concentrate and cope with stress.
That's what actually happened.
Well, many people will find that hard to believe. And you also claim that any smoker can find it just as easy and enjoyable to quit as you did.
That is also true.
But do you really expect people to believe that, Alan?
I'd expect people to be less sceptical than they were in 1983 when I started on my mission. After all, we've just been talking about the worldwide success of the method. That hasn't been achieved by a massive marketing campaign, but almost exclusively by word of mouth. Robin was one of my earlier clients and was so impressed with the Easy Way that he gave up a lucrative career in business management in order to join the cause. Between us and with the support of our worldwide team of therapists, we've already enabled millions of smokers to escape from the nicotine trap. Why else would I be widely regarded as the world's leading expert on helping smokers to quit?
Well, can you explain briefly how any smoker can find it enjoyable to quit immediately, easily and permanently?
The nicotine trap is the most subtle, ingenious confidence trick that Mother Nature and mankind have combined to create. Like all confidence tricks, once you've seen through it, you won't fall for it again. The nicotine trap is very simple in itself, but it's confused and distorted by a series of illusions and misconceptions. Smokers arrive at our clinics in various states of panic, believing we're going to relate horror stories about the damage smoking is doing to their lungs, and that in order to quit, they have to endure an indefinite period of misery and depression, and that even if they do succeed, social occasions will never be quite as enjoyable, and that they will be less able to concentrate, answer the phone, or cope with stress without a cigarette. It takes us about 5 hours to remove these illusions and misconceptions so that they leave the clinics already happy non-smokers.
And what is the success rate at your clinics?
We give a money-back guarantee to all clients at our clinics. If they don't stop for at least 3 months after the course, they're entitled to full refund of the fee. The success rate measured by the money-back guarantee is over 90%.
Have there been any studies of your method, and if so, what did they conclude?
An independent scientific study recently concluded that even after 12 months, the success rate at Alan Carr clinics is still over 53%. This is exceptionally high, especially when you bear in mind that according to the research, willpower alone succeeds for only about 5% of people, and nicotine replacement therapy, such as nicotine gums and patches, is claimed by the manufacturers to double that, although we would dispute that claim. Our method is quite simply the most effective available.
Why don't you think nicotine replacement therapy is effective?
Smoking is nicotine addiction. How can you break the addiction by giving addicts the drug they're addicted to? It's like telling a heroin addict who's smoking the drug off foil to start injecting it instead. Even the term nicotine replacement therapy is highly misleading. Nicotine is not being replaced, and there's certainly no therapy. It should be called nicotine continuation treatment. The drug companies are selling nicotine to addicts, just like the tobacco companies.
Alan, I gather you don't have much time for scientific studies. Why is that?
Because they're not scientific. They judge success purely by the length of time that has elapsed since a smoker has survived without smoking. The accepted standard is 12 months. That's a purely random period without any scientific basis. Some ex-smokers who haven't smoked for over a year actually attend our clinics because they're still moping for a cigarette. I once stopped for 6 months on willpower, but I didn't feel like a non-smoker because the craving wouldn't go. The moment I extinguished my final cigarette on 15th July 1983, I was already a happy non-smoker and had no cravings. The real difference between a smoker and a non-smoker is not how long they've gone without smoking, but whether they have a need or a desire to smoke. Easy Way is so successful because it removes the feeling of deprivation. In addition to that, the verification methods used in these so-called scientific studies are highly unscientific. Many rely on the smoker's word that they've quit. But smokers, like all drug addicts, lie about that. Others rely on carbon monoxide levels, on the smoker's breath. But they show a non-smoker's reading after just a few hours of not smoking. According to the money-back guarantee we give at our clinics, the success rate is over 90%. I believe that's a better guide to the effectiveness of Easy Way than studies based on incorrect and unreliable criteria.